Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Crabs baseball is on the air, and the Crabs are home for the first of the final series of the 2025 season as Crabs take on the Peloteros from Costa Contra County on a beautiful Saturday night at the Arcata Ballpark after a long ride home. Crabs are happy to see the coast, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, as am I. Yeah, tough loss in Healdsburg. Obviously, they were just simply the better team. There's no question about that. And just a good opportunity for the boys to end the season on a good note.
Peloteros coming in for the first time, as far as I know. I've never heard of this team before.
Yeah, well, what I've heard about the Peloteros is that they're the B team for the Lincoln Potters, the Placer County Peloteros.
All right, cool. So they're the equivalent of the team we used to have called the All-Stars.
Yeah, the
Many years ago,
too.
we had the All-Stars, and they became the Steelheads later. And they changed their name to the Steelheads. And I asked the manager why they changed their name to the Steelheads, and he said, because we're not All-Stars. And I said, well, you're not fish either, so I don't quite get that, but I let it go. At any rate, they're here, we're here, we're ready to play. Let's give you the lineups for the opposing teams. For the visiting Peloteros, Liam, who we got?
As always, the lineups are sponsored by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op. Leading off for the Peloteros will be the second baseman, Rain Miller. Batting second will be the shortstop, Carson Moore. Batting third will be the center fielder, Jason Harris. Batting fourth will be the right fielder, Dylan Nuz. Batting fifth will be the catcher, Tyler Bolyard. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, Landon Plout. Batting seventh will be the left fielder, Kyle Patterson. Batting eighth will be the designated hitter, Frankie Castillo. Batting ninth will be the third baseman, Gavin Mungia. And on the mound for the Peloteros will be Tyler Moore.
All right. Thank you, Liam. For our Crabs, Keenan Morris leads off at shortstop. Jacob Pappas in center field bats second. Cameron Sewell at third base bats third. Adam Enyart in right field bats cleanup. Liam Forsyth will be the DH and bat fifth. Caleb Lee at first bats sixth. Gavanosaurus will catch and bat seventh. Parker Rogers at second base bats eighth. And Nolan Hamilton in left field bats ninth. On the mound for the Crabs, it's Brock Lenhart. Ready to go. Leadoff hitter steps in, and the first pitch from Lenhart is low.
All right, Brock, so far this season, this is his 10th appearance, fourth start.
The 1-0 misses low.
He's pitched 23 and a third. In those 23 and a third, he's given up only 8 runs. 7 of those are earned. 6 walks, 25 strikeouts, 2-1 record, and a 2.70 ERA. He's been really good.
He's behind 2-0 to Miller. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike at the knees. 2-1 the count. Crabs come in now with a 37-8 record.
I don't think that counts the championship series.
Okay. 2-1 is hit in the air. Heading back near the track and making the catch on the track is Pappas, one away.
So I believe the Crabs are 38-10 if we include championship series.
Folks, it's great to have you here for Fan Appreciation and Mustache and 70s Night.
It's Mustache and 70s Night here at the ballpark. Those go together pretty well. I can remember there being some pretty cool mustaches in the 70s. I did not have one because I was only like 10 years old, but people I knew had cool mustaches. Here's more. And that's a pitch outside, 1-0. The 1-0 swung on a miss. A big cut there from Moore. 1-1. A few big clouds, but mostly sunny here at the ballpark. Wind is blowing gently out towards left center. The 1-1. This is down low, 2-1. They have a great team down in Healdsburg, no question about it, but the ballpark is not does not compare to ours.
No, it's not even close.
We have a much nicer
the vibes,
vibe.
the ballpark.
With 2-1, swung on and missed 2-2.
They have a better baseball team. Everything else, I think we do better.
We definitely put on a better show in terms of like
Very true.
the band and the stuff goes on between the innings and
Oh,
just
yeah.
the vibe in the ballpark.
Yeah, way better atmosphere.
2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. So it is good to be home. 3-2 to count to Moore. 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch. Oh, pitch was low, I
Whoa.
guess. Well, just low, just missed low, and he walks Moore.
Next up, center fielder, number 27, Jason Harris.
Here's Jason Harris, the center fielder. Runner on first, 1 away now.
The Peloteros jerseys kind of look like the White Sox.
Yeah, they do. Black with white lettering. That's a cool name, Peloteros. I like that.
I like that too.
Here's the pitch to Harris. Check swing, and it's called a strike. Who are the umpires tonight, Liam?
The umpires tonight, Stephen Young at home plate.
The 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Good pitch.
Trent Jensen at first, Lucas Ivanovich at third.
Is the scoreboard? Yeah, the scoreboard looks a little confused. Fouled up against the screen.
I think the scoreboard
Not
has
Jack, but literally the scoreboard appears to be
the
confused.
scoreboard has called the season
It's
early.
clearly not working. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. We've had trouble with this scoreboard ever since we've purchased it.
Well, this season it's actually
It's been
worked
pretty
pretty
good this
well.
year, yeah.
The Brant Electric, they spent a lot of time trying to get it to work before the season started, and they did a good job.
I appreciate
but
that.
Maybe,
It's just giving out, huh?
yeah.
Probably was listening to that series. Here's his pitch. Fouled out of play in Healdsburg.
That foul ball brought to you by the Fireplace.
Well,
0-2.
sure before next season starts, we will be trying to get that thing to work
So it's not working at all, basically. Is that right?
No,
Wigging
it's-
balls and strikes.
it's
We're
working.
It's just
for the most part.
It's just doing this weird thing with
The at-bat-
the line score is weird.
The at-bat section's not working, and there are 2 zeros at the 10th inning.
Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down the second is not in time, so it's a strikeout, stolen base.
Next up,
And with 2 away,
number 33, Billy Nutt.
here's Billy Nuz. Moore out at second. Here's the pitch. Glenn Hart. His pitch rides high. 1-0. The 1-0. High and outside. Two balls, no strikes to count. The 2-0 is a strike. Belt high right down the middle. Two and one. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. That evens the count. Two balls, two strikes. And that's swung on and missed. A high fastball, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left. At the end of half an inning, Peloteros nothing. Crabs are coming up. This is exciting Crabs baseball at home, 107.3 FM. We are back. Bottom of the first inning, Morris, Pappas, and Sewell to bat. Against, what's Morris' first name?
Tyler.
Tyler Moore for the Peloteros, right-handed pitcher. It's Moore on the mound. Bolliard is catching. Plout at first. Miller at second. Mungia at third. Moore at short. Peterson in left. Harrison center, and Nuz in right field.
Series continues tomorrow. The final game of our season at 12:30. It's Aloha Day tomorrow. Got a shout out sent up to the booth to Bryce from Wendy. Happy birthday. Let me know if you need a ride home. You got a
I suppose I should read a couple ads.
Make your way to the
Thanks to Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crab's favorite, Big Blue Cafe on the Plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Also Baywood Golf and Country Club, who hosted that tournament this year, I suppose. Were they the host for our big tournament?
Yeah, the golf tournament.
Yeah.
I've never been to Baywood Golf and Country Club, but I've heard very good things
Is
about
that the one? That's the one up H Street in Eureka? Way up at the top of H Street? I think that's Baywood.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a nice course.
I am not a golfer.
I'm not a golfer, but I've seen it's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've enjoyed golfing a few times I've gone.
And
I
I've
had a good time.
heard nothing but great things about it.
So here's Morris, left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch, and he takes outside.
I'm going to give the stats for the hitters, of course, but I do want to caution that a point streak separates out the stats for the regular season and the championship series, so these don't include.
They're going to be significantly lower.
The championship series.
If we include
stats.
a championship
Yeah.
series, they're going to be significantly lower than they are. There's a breaking pitch right on the outside corner. Good
Well,
pitch, taken for strike one.
If you exclude Tyler Howard.
Yeah, Howard had a good series.
Akina Morris in the regular season, 327, 1 home run, 20 RBIs, 24 walks, 25 stolen bases.
1-1 the count. And that's fouled out of play. Morris was better offensively in the first half than the second half.
Yeah.
His defense was
Still is-
spectacular all summer.
Still is going to finish out the season with great numbers, though.
He is, yeah.
And he's definitely, I think, going to be in line for a award after tomorrow's game.
I would think so. I would think so. 1-2 the count. And there's a grounder out to second base. Miller has it and throws him out. One away. And here's Pappas.
Up next, center fielder number 35, Jacob Pappas.
Pappas in the regular season, 313 batting average, 1 home run, 17 RBIs for Jacob Pappas.
And he takes a pitch in the dirt.
10 walks, 10 stolen bases.
The 1-0. Ooh, there's a foul. That hit him on, just nicked his elbow. But that's enough to count as a hit by pitch. So Pappas aboard with 1 out. Here's Sewell.
Next up, third baseman, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
Looks like the Crabs have a new bat. That bright yellow bat, that has not appeared so far in the season. That's cool. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-0.
Me and Jack off mic were commenting about Cameron Sewell's new mustard yellow bat.
That's what I just said.
Well, I
Got a
didn't
cool
hear you
bat.
because I didn't have my headset on.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, it's great.
Throw to first, and runner's back. One and 0 to Sewell. And that's fouled up against the screen. One thing you do notice when you travel with the Crabs, when you go to other ballparks, is that our fans are way more engaged and loud, and
Yeah.
they've got cowbells and all sort of, they're all way more polite in other
Yeah,
ballparks.
the
and
crowd in
quiet.
Healdsburg is a little more passive.
And it's an older
I would
crowd
say.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely an older crowd.
Yeah.
But here's the pitch, but they are more passive. And the same thing is true even in Medford.
Yep.
Yeah.
The crowd in Arcata, the median age of crowds in Arcata are much younger. Obviously, this is a college town, and thus gets a little more rowdy.
2-1 the count. Runner goes. Pitches a breaking pitch high. The throw down the second is not in time. So Sewell steals, Papa steals second, excuse me. The count is 3-1 on Sewell.
But yeah, you went to Medford last year, but that was your first time in Healdsburg, right?
This is my first time in Healdsburg, yeah. Three and 1. Here's the pitch. Fouled into the stands. Left field side. And the count goes full.
If you had to choose between
And,
Healdsburg and Reading, which one do you like more?
Oh, Healdsburg, come on.
Oh, yeah. See, I haven't been to Tiger Field.
Oh,
in
I
Reading
thought you
before,
meant
so.
in terms of cities.
Oh, no. Like the ballpark.
Oh, the ballpark? No, Reading's a nicer park.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Well,
Interesting.
It's nicer only in this sense. Healdsburg, actually, it's a beautiful ballpark. It's nicer in this aesthetic sense.
Yeah.
Fouled out of play. It's tree ringed and it's a beautiful ballpark. But the visibility is really hard in Healdsburg because they've got
everything's covered.
Because that those covered benches that we were sitting in made it very hard. And the visibility in Reading is way better because there's just no trees.
Yeah.
And it is in a nice park, But yeah, Tiger Field is, and it's. But Tiger Field just has these open air bleachers like we have.
Yep.
Three-two pitch. Lofted in the air. Shallow right center field. Center fielder rushing in, the right fielder rushing in, and it's going to be Harris, the center fielder, making the catch for out number 2.
Got a shout out sent up to the booth to Brock from Lexi. I love looking for baseball caps with you. Next up, right fielder number 16, Adam Enyard.
So here's Enyart. 2 outs. Papa's still out at second.
And you're in the regular season batting .364, 7 home runs, 55 RBIs.
Here's the pitch. And check swing, and he bounces it over to first. He's going to take it to the bag himself, and that'll end the inning. The Crabs strand Pappas at the end of 1. We're tied at 0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Back at the ballpark, thanks to Crestmark Millwork, a local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces. Since 1997, Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers. Also, Cypress Grove Cheese, leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country, proudly based in Arcata. Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling. Bolliard, Plout, and Peterson to bat in the top of the second for the Peloteros.
August 30th against Sacramento City College. Go Woods. Up at bat, the catcher, number 30, Tyler Bolliard.
So here's Tyler Bolliard. Reinhardt sets and deals. Breaking pitch that either hit him or hit the handle of the bat. I think it hit the handle of the bat.
It knocked his bat out of his hands.
66-mile-an-hour pitch. So it's just a strike.
All right, Benjamin. So as is tradition, tomorrow being the last game of the season, the World Series doesn't happen until October. I want you to think about what your prediction is for the World Series, the two teams that are going to be in it, and how long it's going to go.
Okay.
And then tell me tomorrow.
I will. I will do that. The 0-1 is hit in the air to shallow right field. Rogers going out on the grass, and he's got it for the first out. Here's Plout.
Next up, first baseman, number 1, Landon Plout.
And the pitch swung on and foul tipped. 0-1. It'd be easier to tell you who I want to be in the World Series.
No, I want your actual prediction.
0-1. High and outside, 1-1. I used to write out my predictions every year on the day before the season started, and then I would have my friend Jacqueline sign it, sort of notarize it for me to prove that I
That's awesome.
had made the predictions ahead of time. 1-1 count. Foul tipped up against the screen, 1-2.
You used to. Why aren't you still doing that?
I've been mad at the major leagues for a long time now, so I have less engaged.
Because, you know, the two leagues play each other now?
That's right.
Yeah, so terrible.
The 1-2, you know, all the rule changes and all that stuff. Yeah. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and that's it for Plout.
Remember back in
The
the
one
day
that really hurt
when,
me was the ninth inning, the extra inning rule.
when
That
the-
one really
remember
did
when
it.
the two leagues never played each other and the umpiring crews and the National League
that
and the
was
American
awesome.
League were completely separate?
That was great.
Yeah. No,
And the best teams
I don't
from both
agree with that, but
leagues met. Yeah, and there are only 4 divisions, no wild card.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
no, it should just be like soccer in Europe where they just, you know, tally points and whoever gets number 1 is the champion.
Breaking pitch is high. Now that would be ridiculous. 1-0. You know, I was okay with the DH when the American League only had it. Okay, fine. I never liked the American League anyway. The 1-0. Misses low. 2-0.
Welcome to the second to last game where Benjamin's going to air out all of his
My
grievances against Major League Baseball.
It's baseball Festivus.
Well, you better get it all out because you only have this game in the next game.
The 2-0 is popped out of play. Oh, wait, no, maybe not. Fair territory. Oh, and a nice catch by Caden Lee. Caden Lee, who I keep calling Caleb. I apologize for that. Over in foul territory to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Peloteros. We're tied at 0 after an inning and a half. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Forsyth, Lee, and Soros to bat for the Crabs in the bottom of the second inning, tied at 0. Tyler Moore out on the mound for the Peloteros. But the Peloteros play their games in Costa County, isn't I thought you said.
No, they
So they play
in Placer County.
Placer County. Okay.
I think their website said they're based in Roseville.
So is that close to Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually Roseville is actually where the team stays for the Lincoln series.
Oh, okay.
So it's about
I see. All right.
15-minute drive.
All right. So here's Forsyth to lead it off. And the pitch. Rolled over to first base. Nice play by Plout, and more covering for out number 1.
Your first round of 50-50 tickets happening in the stands. 50-50 tickets being sold in the stands.
Here's Caden Lee.
Next up. First baseman, number 24, Caden Lee.
Keaton Lee hasn't got a lot of playing time, especially in the league games, but he's coming in batting .246.
Moore sets. And there's a breaking pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch.
He's had his moments, though. I think he was the first Crab to hit a home run this season. It's the first Sunday game. You weren't here yet, Benjamin. He hit a home run.
0-1 the count. Remember early in the season we had 2 players we thought might break the record. Didn't work out that way ultimately, but
yeah, I mean Cam Sewell was on a pace to
he was, and so was Enyart for a while too. 0-2.
Then those guys cooled down, unfortunately.
Well, someone has if he has a 4 home run game tomorrow, that'll do it.
Hey, it could happen.
It's happened, not here, but the 0-2 check swing again, and he is out. So he's fooled twice on back-to-back pitches, and that's all for Lee. 2 away. He clearly went around on that second pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're booing now. Here's Soros. And now it looks to me, when they were singing the national anthem, the whole Crabs team was lined up on third base side. It looks like a lot of players have left.
Well, I think only a few guys have left. I mean, there are a lot of players standing out in the field.
Here's the pitch. Popped in the air, foul territory. And over to get it. Oh, and he doesn't make the catch. It's Peterson and left field.
Looked like he overran it.
Sure did. So 0-1 to Soros. Yeah, 1 strike on the outside corner. 0-2. The 0-2, grounded up the middle. Moore is there. Throw to first, 2 away. Oh, inning over, excuse me. Crabs go in order in the bottom of the second. We're tied at 0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. Castillo, Mungia, and Miller to bat for the Peloteros in the top of the third inning. No score. Neither team has a hit. Crabs had a long ride home last night and got home around 2 in the morning, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, I was on the bus with them. I got home around 2:30. Yeah, it's fun though. I mean, it's always fun to go on the road. But
I had fun on the trip. I
yeah.
know we got whipped.
The time inside the stadium was not very fun.
And it would have been nicer if we hadn't just been blown out in the first inning yesterday. I mean,
yeah,
I think for me that was kind of the bummer. We were never in that game yesterday.
That's the problem with playing the Prune Packers. I mean, they just jump on you quick.
They just jumped on us right away. But I still had a good time. I'm glad I went.
And I'm proud of these guys. I mean, the way they were able to win game one, I mean, the series could have easily just ended in 2 games, and that was it.
Yeah, that's true.
So the way they won game one on Tuesday, in a game I'm never going to forget, with all the stuff on the field and the tsunami warning, and that's a very memorable game.
It's been a great team. This has been probably the best Crabs team we've had in a long time.
Long time. And hopefully Robin and the rest of his coaching staff can get to work this offseason on the recruiting trail and get even better.
So here's Castillo to lead it off, left-handed hitter. And his fastball rides high and outside.
But what I really want, Benjamin, and this is well above my pay grade, but I would really like to see more teams added to the Pacific Empire League.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We have 6 now, right?
Yeah.
The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. So the third place team was Lincoln Potters.
Yeah.
Fourth place was the West Coast Kings. Fifth place was the Rogues.
Rogues were 5th.
So and then Solano had to be in last place. 1-1 the count is high. I'm pretty sure the Kings finished higher because they finished hot at the end.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against the Peloteros or any other non-league teams we play. I mean, it's always great to have a team to play here. I mean, we need an opposing team to put these games on. We're always appreciative. But I think we need more teams in this league so we can play more meaningful games here at the Arcata Ballpark.
I agree. Foul tipped and Soros unable to hang on, but it's 2-1 now. Yeah, I agree. I think
and the problem
it's really great to be in a league and have games that a lot is riding on.
The problem is that the non-league games we played, I just don't think prepared us for the league games very well.
The 2-2, I think that's true too. I think we saw that in the series with Healdsburg where the Crabs were taking a lot of pitches. And my theory about that is because the Crabs are used to playing teams where they don't throw strikes consistently. And that wasn't true with Healdsburg.
No. They were throwing fastballs right by us over and over and over last night.
Well, last night, yeah. I mean, Crabs never made solid contact all night. Next pitch is a fastball away. And every time they did make contact, it was a foul ball. Howard was the only one.
Howard's home run.
But you notice almost all the foul balls were opposite field foul balls last night.
Yeah.
3-2 the count to Castillo. But I think it would be great if we could expand the league. Yeah. And that's a walk, so Castillo aboard with nobody out here in the top of the third.
You know who I really want to join the league is the
Blues?
San Luis Obispo Blues.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because I deeply miss going down to San Luis Obispo. That stadium is beautiful. Their booth is amazing. I want to go back there so bad.
Here's Mungia.
And
they would be worthy opponents.
They've had good
be
teams.
Really good.
Yeah.
They'd be very good, yeah. Here's the pitch. He's high. Throw behind the runner at first, and he's back.
Well, Eric Ciccone, the Crabs pitching coach, he is our board representative on the PEL board. So
I think we should definitely advocate for that.
Yeah.
What I really want to see is a new chair.
We can get that done for next season. It's a little too late now.
It's a new chair.
I will, once we get to March or April, I'll get on that.
1-0. Rides high, 2-0. It'd be nice if it was kind of a massage chair or something.
How about we get you just a nice office chair,
Nice office chair. I guess that'd be all right.
Yeah. Or gaming chair.
Or a high padded chair, like a high stuffed chair.
Yeah.
like they have in Reading.
Yeah.
I mean, in Medford.
Yeah.
Next pitch misses outside. Lazy boy.
Well, let me tell
3-0.
you, the office chairs that they had in the booth in San Luis Obispo,
Yeah. Heaven.
top tier.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I want to go back.
3-0 to Mungia.
Also, San Luis Obispo is just a
Is a
beautiful area.
Yeah, it really is. The 3-0 is a strike at the knees.
Pismo Beach. That's where I want to go back to. If we play there again.
3-1. All of San Luis neighborhood is really pretty.
Yeah.
3-1 is ball 4. So back-to-back walks. And that was a close pitch. Fans didn't like to call, but it was just barely low.
Yeah. Tight zone from Stephen Young. One of the other things I want to see with the league is we always play in Lincoln, we always play in Healdsburg, we always play in Medford. I want to play a series in Solano or a series at the West Coast Kings.
Where do the Kings play?
Somewhere in the Bay. I forgot
Okay.
exactly where. Somewhere in the East Bay. The Solano Mudcats, they play at Solano College in Fairfield.
They used to have that. They had it for very briefly. They had a beautiful ballpark in Solano, right by the airport.
Yeah, in Vacaville.
Vacaville.
Right next to the Nuttry Airport. My grandparents live in Vacaville, and they actually showed me the site where
They had
that
this really elaborate ballpark.
used to be, and I was like,
That
why,
ballpark was only there for like 2 years.
why isn't there a ballpark here?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. That would be a great place to have a ballpark.
They built the ballpark. We went down for 2 different years for a series there. And it's right next to the airport, which is cool because planes are landing out in the outfield there.
Good old Nuttry Airport.
Yeah, and then they tore the whole thing down within 3 years. It was gone. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed.
Well, I mean, the only explanation I could think of is that the community of Vacaville just
Didn't support the team,
Yeah.
yeah. Miller
is
has
a shame.
flied out already today. He's 0 for 1 here.
the Mudcats used to play at Wilsey Wood High School in Vacaville, which is was a pretty nice place to watch a game, although it didn't have lights, so they couldn't really play at night.
The 0-1 misses outside. One and one the count. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. High fastball, 1-2 now to Miller. It's Castillo at second, Mungie at first. The 1-2. Right down the middle, called strike 3, Happy Trails. 1 away. And here's Moore. He walked his first appearance. I'll look out at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Throw down to first behind the runner, and he just did get back. I don't think I've ever seen that play actually work. I've seen it close a bunch of times, but I can't remember last time I saw someone actually thrown out that way.
I've seen a few pickoffs that way in my time up
Really?
here.
Yeah. Maybe I just don't remember.
It's pretty rare.
Oh, no,
but
it's pretty rare, yeah. That was close.
It does happen.
They're often close, too. The 0-1. Swung on and missed.
I mean,
80-mile-an-hour fastball, right?
would have been really
Against the corner.
embarrassing for
Well, yeah, right,
for
yeah.
Mungia if he was picked off with the runner at second.
Yep. 0-2 the count. And the pitch. Fouled away. 1-2. The 1-2. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Castillo at second. Mungie at first. 1 out. Lenhart rocks and comes home 1-2, and that's hitting the center field. That's going to drop. They're going to wave the runner around third. Here comes the throw, and he's out. Great throw by Jacob Pappas to get Castillo trying to score. When Gia goes to third.
Hey folks, if you're having a hard time finding a seat at this popular
First hit of the game.
know that seating in the left field picnic area is open.
So now runners on the corners with 2 outs.
If you're having a hard time
And here's Harris. He struck out his first at
Next
bat.
up, number 27, Jason Harris.
I was surprised to see the third base coach send the runner home. And the pitch sails way outside, 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Two 0 is popped into the stands, and it is off the tent over the beer garden.
Yeah. Hit the top of the first base beer line tent.
Two and 1 to count. That one's hit foul down the first base line, and it's going to drop. It's not hanging in the air high enough for anybody to get there. 2 and 1 to count. Mungie at third, Moore at first. Lenhart look over at first. Now he's ready. Kicks and deals. Runner's going. The pitch is low. No throw to second.
Well, Cavanasaurus didn't even bother to throw down to second because he thought that was strike 3.
Well, it was strike 3. Because it was right on the corner on the black, but
Stephen Young's had a really tight zone. It's been consistent,
called the
but,
ball. It wasn't. It's not an egregious call.
No,
I mean,
no.
it was close.
but he's been tight.
So runners on second and third now with 2 outs. 3-2 count. Swung on and missed. Got him, and that ends the inning. No runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and 2 left. And at the end of 2.5, we're tied at 0. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We're back. Thanks to Charleston Tree Services, here to help you with your growing concerns. Locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. Also, Compass Community Credit Union. Hey, Crabs fans, Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you toward a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org.
Oh my God! So we were talking about the ballpark in Vacaville by the Nut Tree Airport, and there's actually a major connection that I just found on Wikipedia to Tiger Stadium in Reading, and I'll get to that in a second.
Really interesting. All right. Yeah, I'll be curious about that. Parker Rogers leads off for the Crabs in the bottom of the third. Crabs do not have a hit yet. They've only had one base runner. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low.
So according to Wikipedia, it was called Travis Credit Union Park. It was the home of the Solano Steelheads, later known as the Solano Thunderbirds.
That's the Thunderbirds team I remember.
That's a cool name.
The 1-0, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was the Thunderbirds when we played there.
Yeah.
Fouled up against the screen, 1-1 out of Rogers.
So in 2008, a deal was reached to tear down the ballpark and move it to Reading. Bleacher and bucket seats from Vacaville were added to Reading's Tiger Field during the 2014 renovation that brought the ballpark's capacity to 1,200 seats.
Interesting. Yeah, they didn't have those seats there when we were there. It was all bench seating. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner.
I mean, I think the ballpark should have stayed in Vacaville, but, that's just me.
I just thought it was strange because they spent so much money to build it.
Yeah.
And it was gone within 2 years. I mean, 1-2 the count. 1-2 swung on and missed, and that's all for Rogers. 1 away. Here's Hamilton.
Left fielder number 2, Nolan Hamilton.
That ballpark I thought it was cool, that ballpark, because you'd be watching the game and small planes would be landing out beyond left field.
Well, the Nut Tree used to have a whole amusement park next to it. I mean, when I was a kid.
Was that where the ballpark is?
It was close to where the ballpark used to be.
Fastball misses high, 1-0.
Then they tore that down, and now it's just strip mall. But the airport's still there.
A ball and no strikes to count. This is high, 2-0. That's another complaint I have, which I don't have time to air other than to notice the ubiquity of strip malls everywhere.
Yeah.
2-0 the count. Breaking pitch misses low, 3-0.
Well, if this game gets really boring and out of hand, I mean, we could have a discussion.
3-0 the count. And the pitch. Whoa, over his head, and he walks Hamilton on 4 pitches. First walk issued by Tyler Moore. We'll go back up to the top of the order. Here's Keenan Morris. Throw to first. Hamilton's back. And the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. More throws in the low 80s. But he's had good location pretty much through the first 3 innings here. He's done a good job locating his pitches. Hamilton, pretty good lead, and now they throw over there, and he dives back safely. The runner goes, the 0-1 is high, the throw down to second is on the wrong side of the bag. So Hamilton steals second. Count is 1-1 to Morris. Morris grounded to second in his first at bat. The 1-1. Check swing. The pitch is outside. 2-1. Great crowd on hand tonight. Second to last game of the 2025 season.
Last night game of the season, which means that the season's pretty much over after today for me.
Next pitch is fouled out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Maywood Golf and Country Club.
2-2 to Morris. It just seems like such a long time between seasons.
Yeah, it's a long 10
Well, it's
months.
10 weeks. Yeah, 10 months, I mean. Yeah, here's the pitch. In the dirt, 3-2.
Well, I know that once the calendar turns, 2026, that's pretty much the halfway point of the off season.
Yep. 3-2. In the dirt, Morris draws the walk. So here's Pappas. He was hit by a pitch his first at bat. Appearance, excuse me.
Next up, number 35, Jacob Pappas.
And the pitch. He shows bunt. It takes low. It gets away from the catcher. He can't find it. And Hamilton's going to go to third. Boyard dropped the ball and then couldn't locate it. So that's a pass ball. Runners on the corners now with one out for the Crabs. Moore kicks and deals. That's in the air to center field. Harris going back near the warning track. He makes the catch. That's definitely deep enough to score the run. And the Crabs take a 1-0 lead. Sacrifice fly for Pappas. Morris holds it first. 2 away.
Next up, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
And here's Sewell. Sewell flied to center his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Oh, and 1. That golden bat. The 0-1 in the dirt. Morris feigned going. 1-1. Now throw to first. Morris steps back. Two and one the count to Sewell. Here's the pitch. And he hits that high in the air to right field. Going back, still going back. And adios, muchacho. Two-run home run to Cameron Sewell. Right over the Redwood Capital sign in right field. Now the Crabs lead 3-0. 8th home run of the season for Sewell.
Hey, I mean, if he has another one today, or
that's right, yeah.
That was his ninth.
Ninth, okay.
So he's one home run away from tying the record that was set by Damian Henderson.
Yeah, all right. So it's within reach.
And he's tied Brian Blauser and Bryce Kirk.
Wow, those are some names I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
So
3-0 Crabs.
next up, number 16, Adam Enyart.
And here's Enyart. He grounded to first unassisted in his first at bat. And a big swing and a miss there on a changeup. Wheel one, grounded out to short. Oh, line to short, actually, and that ends the inning. Crabs, though, get 3 runs on 1 hit. It's their only hit of the game. And no errors and nobody left. And at the end of 3, they lead 3-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, we are back, top of the 4th inning. It'll be Nuz, Bolliard, and Plout for the Peloteros, and here's Liam to bring you all the middle inning action.
Thank you, Benjamin. Crabs Baseball is brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union. Hey, Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you towards a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. And also by the North Coast Co-op. It will be Nuz, Bolliard, and Plout due up against Brock Lenhart. Second to last game of the season, last night game of the season. Shows bunt, bunts it foul straight back. It's 0-1. By the way, final game of the season, of course, is tomorrow, but not too long after that. More local sports on our airwaves. It'll be myself and Mitchell Mongi bringing you College of the Redwoods football this fall, starting on August 30th against Sacramento City College, live from the Redwood Bowl. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. 0-1 swung on and missed 0-2. Should be a fun season. Of course, if you followed CR football, you know that head coach Jason White, he's built a really good program, and Last 2 seasons, won bowl games. Season before that, got into a bowl game. And Redwoods football actually was moved up. In California Community College footballs, that swung on and missed one away, so now it's down on 3 pitches. That's going to bring in Tyler Boyard. Redwoods has been moved up from the American to the National Division in the NorCal Conference. And so the competition that they're going to face this fall is going to be much tougher than they've faced in past years. I believe that coaching staff is definitely up for it. Pitch to Boyard, in there for a called strike, 0-1. Coach Jason White, defensive coordinator Demaro Wheeler. He was the last head coach of Humboldt State football, which a lot of us miss very dearly. The 0-1, this is outside 1-1. Andrew Haroldson was a defensive assistant. I believe he's been moved up to coach the linebackers. One of our favorite assistants on the team. 1-1, and outside 2-1, and then Garrett Montana, Humboldt County high school coaching legend, is going to join the coaching staff this season. Maybe a good offensive mind for head coach Jason White to lean on. So very excited. Very sad the crab season is ending. The 2-1 is outside 3-1, but very excited for CR football to start. And like I said, all home and away games will be live right here, ESPN 107.3 FM, 1340 AM, and streamed live on the Redwoods Football YouTube channel. 3-1 is popped up. Center field. Coming in, ranging over to his left, and making the catch is Pappas, 2 away. By the way, all home games for Redwoods football will be at the Redwood Bowl on the campus of Cal Poly Humboldt. Beautiful venue. If you've never been before, highly encourage. And go see a football game there. Surrounded by Redwoods, at least on behind one end zone. It's a great place to watch college football. Landon Plout will step in. Pitch is fouled off to the left, 0-1. 0-1 pitch is popped up. Third base side. It's going to make its way behind the third base stands. 0-2. Then, of course, towards the end of CR football season, there's a little bit of overlap. Starting in early November will be Cal Poly Humboldt men's and women's basketball. Of course, the legendary J.B. Mathers will be on the call for all of those games. The voice of the Lumberjacks. 0-2 is hit foul off the glove of the catcher, Soros. We'll do it again, 0-2. New head coach for the Cal Poly Humboldt men. Lumberjack legend DJ Broom, who threw out the first pitch here at the Arcata Ballpark earlier this season. So looking forward to see what he can do. Of course, women's head coach Michelle Bento-Jackson. 2 fouled off to the left. Do it again, 0-2. Her son, Brandon Bento-Jackson, is returning to the men's team. Was with the men's basketball team a couple years ago, went elsewhere, and now he is back under head coach DJ Broom. So looking forward to seeing what Michelle Bento-Jackson can do with that women's basketball team. Pitches in the dirt, 1-2. One, 2 is lashed down the right field line. Foul. Way out of play. Do it again, 1-2. Good battle from Landon Plout. It's Brock Lenhart. 1-2 pitch is a ground ball. It's going to get through the right side. That's a base hit. Plout with a 2-out single.
Got a shout out to teacher Sophia and teacher Alice from the Sandpiper classroom.
And that's going to bring in Kyle Patterson.
Being the best teachers in the world, we love you. Next up, number 10, Kyle Patterson.
Patterson, check swing. It's a called strike. 0-1. Throw over to first, and Plout's back in safely. And one swung on and missed. Lenhart got Patterson a chase at a pitch way up high out of the zone. 0-2. Oh, 2, and that hits Patterson right on the shoulder. Ouch. He's going to head down to first. Plout to second.
Got a shout out to the booth to Brooke.
2 outs.
Let's see, last night I didn't think I could
That's
love
going to
you
bring in
anybody
Frankie
more.
Castillo.
You proved me wrong when I saw your face. Next up, number 34, Frank Castillo.
Come on, no should cost extra. No should cost extra. Because the rest of us have to deal with that. He was held at gunpoint.
Pitch to Castillo. Misses up high. 1-0. 1-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. Bit high and off the plate outside, but Stephen Young calls out a strike. 1-1. One swung on and missed. 1-2. Speaking of Redwoods football, the home plate umpire, Stephen Young, also is an official for those Redwoods football games. So you will see him wearing the stripes on the field, the Redwood Bowl this fall, on the road as well. No, he was at Siskiyou's last season. The 1-2 is a fly ball to right field. Right fielder coming in, and Enyar making a difficult catch. I think the sun was in his eyes a bit. That's going to do it here in the fourth for the Peloteros. They failed to score. Crabs lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and 9th here in downtown Arcata. Bottom of the fourth inning. Crabs lead 3-0. will be Forsyth, Lee, and Soros. It's a new pitcher on the mound for the Placer County Peloteros, Drew Perry, according to the roster. Or number 32. Crabs baseball. Brought to you by North Coast Mercantile, family owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic, import, and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the North Coast Mercantile's Titus trailer in the right field beer garden in the Arcata Ballpark. 8 taps featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider. You only have one more chance to do that tomorrow. All right, Liam Forsyth will step in. Pitch to Forsyth. This is outside 1-0. Game on Tuesday, he was rocked pretty hard by a foul tip, so glad to see him back. I believe he pinch hit in Healdsburg at the very end of the game last night.
Made the last out last night.
So that pitch is fouled off to the right, 1-1. So didn't look good initially on Tuesday. So
no, that was a worrisome scene on Tuesday.
Glad to see him back in there.
That's for sure. He was definitely.
Yeah, definitely out of it.
Out of it.
Being behind the plate, whether you're a catcher or a home plate umpire, is not easy.
No, thank you.
1-1 is a ground ball to the left side, picked up by the shortstop. Throw over to first, 1 away. Moore making the play.
Make way for the bat boy, Sam Cherry.
It's going to bring in Caden Lee.
There used to be a team that came up here from Central California called the Aviators. I wonder if they still exist.
Pitches outside 1-0.
Yeah, out from
the Atwater Aviators,
Atwater,
right?
yeah.
That sounds familiar to me. I feel like I've seen them play here.
They have played here, but not in a long time.
1-0. Called strike, 1-1.
What made me think of it is I just saw a fellow wearing a B-52's cap.
That is a team I miss.
Yeah, sure was fun to beat them up.
1-1 is fouled off to play 1-2. Well, there's one team that I want the Crabs to annihilate next season, and I think we all know who that team is.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't get.
Yeah, I'm not going to expect it, but
they appear to still exist. The Atwater Aviators
bring me a ton of satisfaction. I'd love to see the Corvallis Knights come back in here. I remember playing them. They were the opening series for a while. So it's popped up foul out of play off to the right. 1-2.
That foul ball brought to you by the Fireplace on F Street.
I can't tell what year this is on here.
Oh, you're on the Point Streak website.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean, this could be from any. But it looks like whoever they played a long season. They play the Gold Sox, and they play.
Let me see. It should say somewhere.
The Big Horns. Didn't the Big Horns come here and play?
Golden State Collegiate League. Oh, this is from 2015.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah.
2-2. Popped up off to the right again. First baseman making his way over will fall out of play.
So it looks like they may be defunct.
Maybe.
The last time they played here was 2011, it looks like.
Yeah, it's been a while. I do remember them. 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 away.
Well, I guess we won't invite them into the league.
Bring in Cavanasaurus.
Now, the Gold Sox would be cool, but I think they're in their own league.
The Gold Sox did go defunct.
Did they?
Pretty recently. I don't know if it was a couple years ago. But the Crabs played them not that long ago. Like,
No, they used to be one of our regular opponents. We used to
3
travel
years
there.
ago?
Yeah, we used to travel there every season.
I mean, I traveled there. It was
Yeah.
my one and only time. Cavanosaurus is low 1-0. It's right on the corner, according to TrackMan.
It's like Soros has a new bat, too. That's an interesting bat.
The guys are trying out new cool bats. The 1-0. Whoa, that's a Zach Norton strike.
Wow.
1-1.
Wow.
Well off the plate outside. Stephen Young's zone up until this inning was pretty consistent, but he's gotten a little bit wild. 1-1, fouled straight back. 1-2. What would be really cool, and I don't think this is ever going to happen, is if the Crabs got a road game against the Alaska Gold Panners.
Play at midnight?
Because I just want to go up to Alaska.
They play their games at midnight.
I don't know if they play all their games at midnight. They have their famous midnight game. The 1-2 is in the dirt, 2-2. If the Crabs were a part of that, that'd be
pretty cool.
Really cool. That would be an experience of a lifetime.
No, that's a long drive, though.
Well, I would be getting a plane ticket.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But being part of a game that starts at midnight and it's still daytime, I mean, that would be super cool. 2-2 pitch is tapped foul towards the Crabs dugout. Do it again, 2-2. I remember when the Gold Panners played here in 2021.
I don't remember that.
It was at the
Where
very
was
end.
I?
I think you had COVID.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Just like everyone else.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was
missed a lot of that season.
thought it was cool that they came here. 2-2 is a ground ball down the first base line. Just fair past the first baseman. Soares is going to put on the brakes rounding first. And he's going to have a 2-out single.
We all know who's to blame for that. Here I had COVID.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Talking about a certain scoreboard operator that infected me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's sorry about that. Parker Rogers steps in. It's a called strike 0-1.
Well, it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, we're bringing that up 4 years ago, and you're still here. You made it. You're alive.
Yeah, you survived, Benjamin.
I survived.
That's what Jack's saying.
Stronger than ever.
The 0-1 is fouled off to the right, 0-2, and you got COVID again last season after the Medford
That's right.
trip. And
Yeah.
now your immune system can handle just about anything. The 0-2 pitch. Ooh, that was close. But just missed off the plate outside, according to Stephen Young, 1-2. And throw over to first, and they got Cavanosaurus picked off. Wow. Oh. Good pickoff move from Drew Perry, and fans aren't happy with the call. I'm going to be honest, I was looking down when that happened, so I can't really tell you whether that was a good call or not.
I think he got him.
But yeah, if you said he got him, then I definitely believe you.
I think he got him.
Good pickoff move from Drew Perry. It happened very quickly. So that's going to do it here in the fourth. Crabs lead at 3-0 as we head to the fifth inning. Listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Downtown Arcata. Top of the 5th inning. Crabs lead the Peloteros by a score of 3-0. Brock Lenhart on the mound for his 5th inning of work. He will face Mungia, Miller, and Moore. Crabs Baseball is brought to you by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank, strengthening our local communities. Our commitments come to life through our people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve. And a huge thank you to all of the sponsors who have supported Crabs Baseball this season. We would not be able to do it.
I mean, you look at all the
without all of our
signs in the
fine
outfield
sponsors.
and all the signs behind home plate.
Love it.
We have enormous support in this community.
Yeah.
It's great.
Tons of great local businesses that support the Crabs. We encourage you as Crabs fans to support all of those local businesses that support the Crabs. Mungia stepping in. Pitches a check swing foul off onto F Street. 0-1. Yeah, 1 is pop foul again off to the right. 0-2. No 2. Kavanasaurus thought that was a strike, but
Devontasaurus likes
quite
to
a
do
bit off the plate
his own
outside.
umpiring down there. I know
He really does.
Kind of has his own opinion about things, I see.
Got him tossed from a game this season. One, two, high and outside, 2-2. Although in that game where he got tossed, it was a bit controversial because he didn't really do a whole lot. Said something, and that something must have been pretty bad. 2-2 is a line drive that's going to get into right for a base hit. Not hit very hard. 85 off the bat. Mungia's got a leadoff single.
Leading lineup for the Peloteros. Number 2.
Now bring in Rain Miller.
And folks, we thank you ahead of time for not running in the ballpark. Thank you.
Miller in there for a called strike. 0-1.
I noticed the Peloteros have stickers on the back of their helmets. That must be
just
singles or something, or hits,
just
base
about
hits
to
or
say.
something, I suppose.
Well, it's a thing in college football where
tackles
you
or something.
get stickers on the back of your helmet just for doing, I think, good things. I don't
Yeah.
think they're any one specific
Oh, okay.
category. The 0-1 is outside 1-1. I don't know if that's the case here. But could be, hits,
I think it's probably for hits, I'm guessing, but
RBIs. I don't know.
could be RBIs, yeah.
Throw over to first, and Mungia's back in safely. Being a good teammate, good sportsmanship.
I used to getting one sticker for that.
1-1 is a fly ball out to center field. Pop is racing back, puts his glove up,
what a catch.
and makes a great catch. One away on the run. Out towards the 368 sign. Seen some good outfield play recently.
I was just going to
Benson.
say, speaking of that catch, the highlight of the series, and to the extent that there was one for us in Healdsburg, was that catch by Timmy Reed in
that
center
was
field.
pretty much it.
That was really something.
That was incredible. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a really good angle of his catch. It was taken from behind the outfield wall that's on the Crabs Facebook page. And it's a really cool angle. Pitch to Moore, fouled back, and it's 0-1.
He just climbed right up the wall and
He almost
reached over the fence.
and he almost flipped himself over the wall. He had to use his entire upper body strength really to keep himself
yeah,
on the right side of the wall.
that was something.
Tyler Howard hitting a home run yesterday was also cool to see.
That was cool.
0-1, called strike. 0-2, but not a whole lot of good moments in Healdsburg for the Crabs.
No, there were not.
I enjoyed walking around with you yesterday. That was
Yeah, we hung out in downtown Healdsburg.
that was fun.
The Berg, as they call it there.
The Berg, yeah, they have shirts that say the,
The
Berg.
Berg.
Not talking about Pittsburgh.
No, talking about Healdsburg.
Healdsburg, the Healdsburg. 0-2 is a fly ball down the left field line and out of play.
Because they live in the Berg.
They live in the Berg. I will say, I might be a bit biased, but there is much more to do here in Arcata.
Well, it depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
If you're into
wine,
fine dining and wine,
fine dining and
Healdsburg's
wine,
got a
I
lot
guess.
of that. Yeah.
I don't know. I like where I live a little bit more.
I think I told you it was interesting when I checked into the hotel. The woman asked me, "Are you
0-2
here
fouled
for
off again.
wine tasting or business?"
Yeah, that kind of says a lot. It's a night like wine country's a nice area.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Healdsburg and Windsor, Santa Rosa. It's definitely not ugly by any means.
No, it's beautiful there. And the Russian River cuts right through.
Yeah,
It's
the Russian River, when you take the exit to go to the ballpark off 101, you go right over the Russian River, and it's beautiful. A lot of good spots on the river, it looks like, to hang out. Throw over to first. Once you get back in safely. I think Arcata being a college town, there's just a little bit more to do.
I mean, I think that's generally true of college towns. Yeah.
0-2 is ground ball fouled on the first base line. Runner first one out. 0-2 count to Carson Moore. Crabs lead 3-0 here in the top of the fifth inning. Two's a fly ball out to left field. Left fielder ranging over to his right and making the catch is Nolan Hamilton. 2 away. And that's going to bring in Jason Harris.
Harris is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Whole ballpark in shadow now as some afternoon clouds roll in.
Popped up. Foul side to first base. Kane Lee making his way towards the fence and then comes back towards first base in foul territory and makes the catch. That's going to do it here in the fifth. Crabs lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and Ninth here in downtown Arcata.
Last call
3-0 Crabs. Will be Rogers, Hamilton, and Morris due up for the Crabs.
Don't forget that tomorrow's the final game of the season.
Well, normally I'd go over Pacific Empire League scores, but the PEL season is over with that team in Healdsburg winning the championship. Major League Baseball, the Giants lost.
Really?
Yeah, what a shocker.
Up at bat for your humble Crabs. Number
Your
4,
A's are up
Parker
2-1
Rogers.
over the Diamondbacks, bottom of the fourth in West Sacramento. The Speedway Classic is going on right now. The Reds and the Braves are playing at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee, and the weather conditions have not been great.
I didn't understand the point of that. I mean,
Pitches in the dirt 1-0 to Rogers.
why are they playing there? I mean,
Because it's cool to play a baseball game in the middle of a racetrack.
okay,
I don't.
That explains
yeah.
it.
Maybe they're trying to draw in some NASCAR.
They've been
fans, too.
advertising it, you know, and I just was like, I don't
Yeah,
get
I don't
what
really-
the connection is to baseball or why it's.
1-0 is up high. 2-0. It's cool and different place to play a baseball game.
Maybe Carnegie Hall's next.
That'd be cool. 2-0 is a fly ball out to center field. Center fielder coming in a few steps. Harris making the catch. One away. One time during COVID, the National Hockey League, they played an outdoor game at Lake Tahoe, which looked absolutely beautiful.
I bet that was cool.
And I was thinking if Major League Baseball got a game at Lake Tahoe, that would be super cool. Nolan Hamilton will step in. Hamilton shows bunt, then pulls it back, takes a strike, 0-1. One misses outside. 1-1.
Oh.
1-1 is popped up down the first base line. The first baseman racing into foul territory and making the catch. It's Plout. 2 away.
Make way for the bat boy, Sam Cherry.
And now bringing the top of the order,
Line up for your humble Crabs,
Keenan
number
Morris.
9, Keenan Morris.
Morris has a walk and 2 trips.
Pitch to Morris is in the dirt, 1-0. Is fouled off to the left, out of play, 1-1. Ground ball to the right side of the infield, picked up by the second baseman Miller on to first, and that'll take care of the Crabs here in the fifth. They go in order, but they lead 3-0. So you head to the top of the 6th inning. Listening to Crabs Baseball, Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM. back to downtown Arcata, top of the 6th inning. Crabs lead Peloteros 3-0. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. It is number 40, Miles Oliver, who I don't believe has pitched in relief yet.
I don't think he has either.
This is his first relief outing. He's usually started, but, you know, there are only 2 games left, including this one, so Rahman probably wanted to get him some work. And yeah, I'm right. This is his first appearance in relief, 9th appearance overall. 37 1/3 innings pitched. In those 37 1/3, he has given up 14 runs. 12 of those are earned. 18 walks, 42 strikeouts, 5-0 record.
Folks, if you end up having to leave the game early or can't make it to the
He will
ballpark,
face Nuz, Boyard, and Plout.
107.3 FM or 1340 AM. Thank you to Bi-Coastal Media for carrying our Krabby. To advertise, give them a call at 707-442.
Miles Oliver, also, I believe, out of Arcata High School.
Coming back for the Peloteros, number 33, Dylan Nuz.
Jackie's gone, but I didn't do it.
Pitch to Nuz is popped up left side. It's going to be the third baseman, Sewell, making camp under it and making the catch, one away. It's going to bring in Tyler Bolyard.
Next up, number 30, Tyler Bollier.
Bolyard swung on and missed, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, right on the corner for a called strike, 0-2. A 2 pitch misses up high. 1-2. Some fans voicing their displeasure, but that was way up high.
Yeah, I mean,
1-2, misses outside, 2-2. Two, misses inside. Count goes full, 3-2. Three-two, inside ball 4. So Boyard works the walk. And that's going to bring in Landon Plout.
Next up, number 1, Landon Plout.
Plout is low, 1-0. No pitch, shine inside. Count goes to 2-0. Is popped up, shallow left field. Left fielder Hamilton ranging over and making the catch. 2 away.
Last call underway for 50-50 tickets. Last call underway for 50-50 tickets.
And that's going to bring in Kyle Pedersen. It's over to first, and Boyard's back in safely. Pedersen swung on and missed. 0-1. Oh, 1 misses inside, 1-1. Oh, a pitch swung on and missed. Pedersen chased after a pitch outside. 1-2. 1-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Oliver made Pedersen chase up high. That's going to do it here in the 6th inning. Peloteros fail to score. Crabs lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to FN9 here in downtown Arcata. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Crabs lead the Peloteros by a score of 3-0. It'll be Pappas, Sewell, and Enyard against Drew Perry. Last night game of the season here at the Arcata Ballpark. Final game of the season tomorrow, 12:30.
Coming to bat for your Humboldt Crabs, number 35, Jacob Pappas.
A little bit of a break on local sports, at least on this radio station, 107.3 FM, 1340 AM. And then August 30th, first game of the CR football season against Sacramento City College at the Redwood Bowl. Not too far from your office, Benjamin. Pitch to Pappas is a ground ball to the left side. Takes a weird hop, but picked up by the third baseman. Throw over to first. 1 away. Mungia making the play.
That's on a Saturday or something?
Yes, Saturday, August 30th.
Here comes the bat boy, Sam Cherry.
I think I'm going to go to the Reptile and Exotic Pet show on the 30th.
Oh.
Going to be here in town. I'm going to see if maybe I can get myself a capybara.
You are a man of many interests, Benjamin.
I mean, I like reptiles too, but if
Yeah.
it's also said exotic pets, so
Yeah. Well, let me know how that goes.
yeah, if I get a capybara, I'll probably try to bring it to the ballpark.
I can't wait to see it next season. Pitch to Sewell is a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Sewell, last time up, hit a shot to right field, 2-run homer. Now 1 home run away from tying Damian Henderson's record
Number 16,
in the
Adam
Crabs wood bat era.
And they got all new bats. That's a new bat, too.
Yeah.
That blue one there, that's pretty cool.
I heard that a lot of the Crabs players were looking around at the team bats that the Crabs had, so maybe they raided the stash. Pitch to Enyart.
That's a cool one right there.
And there for a called strike, 0-1.
Largest rodent in the world, capybara.
It's over to first. So it's back in safely. And by the way, Benjamin, you might be doing a little bit of theater
Almost certainly.
in the wintertime.
In the pantomime at the Arcata Playhouse in December.
Very nice. I'm going to pull up to that.
I love that. I enjoy that every year.
0-1. Misses low, 1-1. So, I mean, if you really miss the professor,
That's right.
That's where you can find him.
Catch me treading the boards, as it were.
One is inside 2-1. Of course, if you really miss the professor, you can take a philosophy
That's
class.
true. You
at
can always enroll.
Cal Poly Humboldt. It's going to be extra harsh on you, though. 2-1, runner goes, pitch is low, the throw down to second, and getting in safely with a stolen base is Sewell. Runner at second with 1 out. Would you be harder on a student if they told you that they listened to your broadcasts over the summer?
No.
That wouldn't change anything?
Not at all, no. Why would I be harder on them for that? No. Now, if they were rooting for the other team,
yeah, maybe.
then that's
3-1. Misses outside ball 4. Enyart heads down to first. First and second, 1 out. Now I'll bring in Liam Forsythe. And pitching coach for the Peloteros is going to come out to talk to Drew Perry. Around Major League Baseball, of course, let you know that the Giants lost. The A's are now tied 2-2, top of the 5th in West Sacramento with the Diamondbacks. Tampa Bay Rays beat the Dodgers 4-0. Padres and the Cardinals are tied 4-4, top of the 5th at Petco Park in San Diego. And the White Sox leading the Angels 1-0, bottom of the 5th. Down in Orange County.
and completely irrelevant bowl.
Hey, there are people from Southern California here that might be Angels fans, okay?
White Sox and Angels. I bet that was a sellout crowd, huh?
I mean, White Sox, I believe Rockies is played July 4th weekend. So
Oh, wow.
that was quite a series.
That was quite a series.
Pitch to Forsythe. There's a fly ball. Center field. The center fielder now racing back and making the catch. Tagging up from second and heading to third is Sewell. It'll be first and third, 2 down.
Coming to bat, number 24, Caden Lee.
I'm sad the crab season is ending soon, but one of the silver linings is that I can lock back in on the
Oh, the Giants?
depressing rest of the Giants season.
Yeah.
Well, unless they can find a spark, I don't know. Runner goes, and they did not notice Adam Enyart at all. Pitch was low, and Enyart practically walked to second. Stolen base. One zero, gets away from the catcher, pops up off the backstop, and right back to the catcher Bolyard, and he played it very well, and that kept Cameron Sewell at third. Of course, in a non-league game, I don't know if Crabs are going to be taking too many liberties trying to aggressively get home from
I
third
wouldn't
on a wild
expect that.
pitch.
No,
2-0 is inside, 3-0. College coaches do expect that these guys get back to their schools
Healthy and not
at least
not,
minimal
Yeah.
injury.
yeah.
3-0 in there for a called strike, and it's 3-1. Fouled straight back to the screen. Count goes full, 3-2. Up high, ball 4. So Lee works the walk. Bases loaded, 2 down. And that's going to bring in Cavanasaurus.
Hey, look out, the bases are F.
Base hit last time up.
Full of crustaceans.
Hey, he's 1 for 2.
And up at bat, number 10, Cavanasaurus.
Soares is a fly ball out to center field. The center fielder moseying in a few steps. Harris makes the catch, and that's going to do it here in the 6th. Crabs leave them loaded. They lead 3-0 as we get to the top of the 7th. Stay tuned. The professor, Benjamin Schaefer, will take you the rest of the way. Listen to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. Top of the 7th inning. Crabs lead the Peloteros by a score of 3-0. Be Castillo, Mungia, and Miller due up against Miles Oliver. Now to take you the rest of the way, here is the professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thank you, Liam. 3-0 Crabs. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Crabs. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Peloteros. A good ball game. Peloteros playing the Crabs close. And both teams playing pretty well.
Well pitched. Clean,
well-pitched game.
Clean ball game. I'm probably going to jinx it by saying this, but no errors.
That's right, no errors.
Game.
Is Miles Oliver still out on the mound for the Crabs?
Yes, I believe so.
So it's Castillo, Mungia, and Miller to bat here in the top of the 7th for the Peloteros. And the pitch misses high and outside, 1-0. I like that Peloteros name. It's simple, straightforward. Ball players. That's what they are. It's accurate.
That's a very good baseball team name.
You know, it's accurate.
Surprised no one else has gotten onto that.
The 1-0. And that, did it hit him? I can't believe how it didn't. It just missed his shoulder.
I don't know how it missed him.
Got a shout out to both to Big Mama and Big Daddy. Keep dreaming. Things can only get bigger. We love you, Samu.
So ball and strike the count. Oh, 2-0. Excuse me. 2-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. And he fouls one off the hands over towards the Crabs' dugout. 2-1. 2-1, called strike. He thought about swinging at it and then decided it was high, but the umpire apparently disagreed because it's 2-2. And the umpire was wrong. So, by the way, 2-2 pitch. Oh, called strike 3 on the outside corner. A nasty change right on the black. 1 away. Here's Mungia. He has walked and singled so far this evening.
Next up, number 21, Gavin Mungia.
And the pitch rides high, 1-0. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner.
Jack,
One.
it's 1-1.
Ball and strike to count.
It literally hit his glove and you said
Pitch misses outside, 2-1. He's supposed to be on it.
I was gassing you up so much in Pittsburgh, bro, about how
2-1.
you were better than the scoreboard
This
operator.
is high, 3-1. Their scoreboard operator in Healdsburg, yeah. Yeah, the scoreboard operator in Healdsburg was not as on the ball as Jack is.
I still think Jack is the best scoreboard operator in the Pacific Empire League. Put him up against anyone.
3-1. And there's a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. Three-two pitch. And the pitch just misses low, according to the umpire, although according to TrackMan, it was a strike. And that's ball 4 for Mungia. That's his second walk of the evening.
From Dan and Nina Duke, former crab player and employee. Here from Lake Tahoe, they met and married because of the crabs.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Miller. He's 0 for 3.
Up next, number 2, Ray Miller.
Former crab Dan Duke is here.
Yeah, I remember
who
when
you
Dan
remember?
Duke played for the Crabs way back in probably around 2000. And I think he either proposed or got married here. There's a fly ball down the left field line going and foul. Made it onto the freeway, but
I think that's what the shout out said.
yeah.
He got married because of the crabs. That's cool.
So 0-1 the count. One swung on and missed. 0-2 now to Miller. Oliver sets, looks at first, and comes home. And that's a one hopper out to shortstop. Tosses a second for 1, back to first, not in time. So Mungia forced out 6-4, second out of the inning. Miller safe on the fielder's choice. And with 2 away, here's Moore.
Next up, number 3,
He has walked, singled, and flied to left. Three nothing Crabs. Tight, well-played ball game. And there's a strike on the at the knees, 0-1.
The Peloteros have proved to be a pretty good team so far. I mean, you just never know with these non-league teams what you're gonna get.
It's true. A lot of the non-league teams come in and make a lot of errors or walk a ton of guys. That's not happening here. There's a slow roller out to short. Morris has it, and throw to first ends the inning. For the Peloteros, no runs. There was no hits. There were no errors and a runner left. And at the end of 6.5, it's 3-0 Crabs. We're going to stay here at the ballpark for Take Me Out to the Ball Game with the world famous Crabgrass Band.
time now to keep a great tradition going. Here at your ballpark.
All right, another huge advantage we have here at the Arcata Ballpark over both Medford and Healdsburg is that because we have the band, we don't have to listen to the ballpark announcer sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them should be singing outside of the shower.
I think the PA announcer for Healdsburg has been there for a really long time because he has like his name painted like in the stands, like on his spot.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Which I noticed. It must be a big deal.
I think our name should be painted up here.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, at least yours. You should have like a gold like nameplate.
That's true. New pitcher on the mound for the Peloteros. It's a left-hander, and let's see, number 11. So I had their roster here.
Travis Outing Jr.
Travis Outing Jr. Okay. All right. He will face Rogers, Hamilton, and Morris, with the Crabs leading 3-0. Parker Rogers tonight is 0 for 2. And the pitch from Outing Jr. is lined into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So Rogers aboard to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Didn't hit it very hard, but just right over second base and into center field.
Big way for the bat boy, Sam Cherry. Next up, number 2.
Here's Hamilton.
Hamilton.
0 for 1. And there's a pitch high. Wow, 1,138 folks at the ballpark tonight.
I'm pretty shocked at that number, actually. That's a lot.
That's close to capacity. The 1-0 is a strike at the knees, 1-1. I knew there were going to be a lot of people here when I pulled up because there was nowhere to park anywhere near the ballpark. As is always when I'm running late for some reason.
Well, the attendance this season has been really, really good.
Yeah,
I think it's been by far the strongest since COVID.
Well, I think part of that's for being in a league. The 1-1.
Yep.
Misses high, 2-1.
It's the second year being in a league, so
Yeah.
people know about it.
Yeah, I think that has made a big difference. And it really just is the thing to do here in Arcata in the summer.
Oh, yeah. Why would you be anywhere else?
All your friends are here. 2-1. Swing and a miss. They throw behind the runner at first, and the throw is wide, and a nice play by Plout to keep that ball from going into right field, because that was not a good throw from the catcher Bolliard.
Why would you be anywhere else like, you know, Neeland with a telescope?
Hey, that's a spiritual thing. Not that baseball isn't, but 2-2 the count.
Baseball is a spiritual experience.
And all the way to the backstop, and the runner's going to go to second on the wild pitch. Three and 2, meanwhile, the count to Hamilton. He's 0 for 1. Outing deals. Oh, high, and he got Hamilton to chase that pitch. That was up at his eyes. And Hamilton's gone, and he's unhappy with himself for swinging at that pitch. 1 away. Here's Morris, 0 for 2.
Number 9, Keaton Morris.
Here's the pitch, and Morris takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Deal one. Ooh, check swing on a nasty curve. He just dropped that right over the heart of the plate. 0-2. It was a little bit high according to TrackMan, but still a great pitch. And he's ahead of Morris 0-2. Long look in, and now he kicks and deals. And Morris pops it high in the air, shallow left field. Shortstop Moore going out on the grass, but it'll be Peterson, the left fielder, to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Rogers holds at second.
Folks, your attendance figures in 1,138 of you beautiful baseball fans.
Here's Pappas. He's been hit by a pitch. He has a sacrifice fly, and he's grounded out to third.
Next up, number 35, Jacob Pappas.
Crabs got all their runs in the third inning. And that's all the scoring there has been. They lead 3-0. Here's the pitch. Fouled up against the screen. And really all their runs came on Sewell's. Well,
Yeah.
2 of them came on Sewell's home run. And otherwise the Crabs do not have any extra base hits.
I think at times the one issue with the Crabs offense has been them scoring all their runs in one inning and then
One is high.
just not adding on. I don't know if it's going to affect anything here, but at least in some of the league games.
Yeah. Well, they had a few frustrating games that left a lot of runners on base.
Yeah.
Especially against Healdsburg. 1-1. It's a strike on the outside corner. That Friday night they lost to Healdsburg here at home. They left 12 runners on base that night.
Yep, that was a frustrating loss.
1-2. Now to Pappas. And the pitch. Oh, called strike 3, a nasty breaking pitch on the outside corner. And that's it for the Crabs. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left at the end of 7. They lead 3-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, we're back. Top of the 8th inning. Harris, News, and Ballyard for the Peloteros, with the Crabs leading 3-0. And Miles Oliver out for his 3rd inning of work. Wow, there was a $900 or better 50-50 ticket sold, and I think we do finally get the winner. Well, they did. Wow, congratulations. Almost a $1,000 50-50 pot tonight. Fastball from Oliver misses low and outside to Harris. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Tonight's night you would have won, Benjamin.
I don't need it. The 1-0. Small potatoes.
Well, I saw the way you were shopping in Healdsburg. I believe it.
I do enjoy shopping.
We were going around
1-1 the
that
count.
vintage antique story.
1-1. And that's fouled out of play. One and two the count. And Oliver deals 1-2, and that's a pop fly down the right field line. Over to get it is Lee. One away.
His back turned to home plate. That was not easy.
Got a shout out to the booth to Maddie.
And it was not hit high in the air. Lee had to make a good run over there to get to it. So Harris is out, one away. Here's Nuz. Nuz is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Ground ball to first and a big high hop. Lee has it. He tosses to Oliver covering. Just got him. Half a step.
That took a nasty hop on Caden Lee.
Yeah, it just jumped right up at his chest. And he knocked it down and had the presence of mind to pick it up and toss to Oliver. So a good play all the way around. Oliver to get over there in time. And it was very close.
Thing about the Arcata Ballpark infield, ball can take some weird hops sometimes.
Especially on that seam right before he hits the dirt out there. It's almost like a launch pad.
Yeah.
Ball hits that seam and just leaps right up. 1-0 now to Bolliard. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. Oliver took something off. The 1-1. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. This is low and outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Bolliard, 2 outs, nobody on. Crabs leading 3-0 in the top of the 8th. There's a fastball high. Three-two. Called strike 3, the top of the zone. Boy, that was a generous strike call. And that ends the inning for the Peloteros in the top of the 8th. Crabs lead at 3-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. Really, we are back. Bottom of the 8th inning for the Crabs. It'll be the heart of the order. Sewell, Enyart, and Forsyth leading 3-0. Diamond here in the background. Everyone loves Sweet Caroline here at the Cartier Ballpark. Outing Jr. out for his second inning of work. These two teams will play tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, the final game of the 2025 season. Should be a beautiful day to end things. And it's going to be a full house, so you're going to want to get here early. And if you haven't been to a ball game yet, tomorrow's your last chance.
Tomorrow's it.
Tomorrow is it. So here's Sewell to lead it off. He's 2 for 3 with a home run.
Number 11, Cameron Sewell.
Lefty on lefty. Outing Jr. rocks. Deals. A breaking pitch right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. He's got an excellent curve. The 0-1 in the dirt. The 1-1. Ooh. Breaking pitch just missed hitting him. 70-mile-an-hour pitch. Two and 1. And the 2-1 misses away. 3-1 now to Sewell. Three-one pitch. That did hit him.
Ooh.
On the hand, it looked like. Sewell will go down to first. Here's Enyart, 0 for 2. And the manager now coming out to the mound, and he's bringing in the infield out. He's going to make a change. That's going to be it for Outing Jr. And they're going to go to the pen. And number 12 coming in. We have a name on number 12.
Luke Williams.
Luke Williams coming in. And while Williams takes his warm-up pitches, let's go back to the back to the studio and thank some more of our sponsors. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, we're back. So, new pitcher on the mound, Luke Williams. He'll face Enyart with Sewell over at first, having been hit by a pitch. Forsythe on deck. Crabs leading 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning.
On the mound for the Peloteros, number 12, Luke Williams. At bat for your Humboldt Crabs, number 16, Adam Enyart.
All right, here we go. Enyart steps up. And the pitch is high. The 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Ooh, he tried to hold up and went around on a terrible pitch inside. Really fooled badly. 2-1. The pitch nearly hit him. The 2-1. Inside again. 3-1. Hammered in the left field for a base hit. 108 off the bat. Wow. So Enyart aboard. Sewell to second. And here's Forsythe. He's 0 for 3.
Next up, number 24, Caden Lee.
Liam Forsythe.
Thank you. Pardon me, at bat is number 5, designated hitter, Liam Forsythe.
Sewell at second, Enyart at first.
Stop that. Thank you.
And the pitch. Fouled out of play. No action in the Crabs' pen for the 9th inning, but there is a pitcher warming in the bullpen for the Peloteros. Meanwhile, it's 0-1 to Forsythe. And the 0-1 misses high. A ball and a strike to count. The 1-1. Breaking pitch, and he cues it foul. A couple feet away from home plate. So a ball and 2 strikes now to count to Forsythe. One and 2. Williams looks out at second and comes home. Breaking pitch on the ground is short. He bobbles, and he bobbles again, and there'll be no play. Error on Moore. So the Crabs load the bases. With nobody out for Caden Lee. Lee is 0 for 2. And the pitch. This is high. Sewell at third, Enyart at second, Forsythe at first. The 1-0. Lee takes a strike at the knees. 1-1. The 1-1. Breaking pitch. Hit on the ground, foul, just wide of third. 1-2 now to Lee. Soros on deck. Williams from a windup deals. And that kicks away. Here comes the runner from third. Halfway down the line, they got him hung up now. Sewell in the rundown. And he's tagged out. I think Sewell thought the ball got away further than it did. And he is tagged out. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. And I don't even know, the play would have been...
I think it was like 2-5-1-6.
I think so too, yeah, 2-5-1-6. So one away, runners on second and third. And the count 2-2 to Lee. The Peloteros are going to bring the infield in on the grass. Krusty the Crab in the ballpark. Soon be time for Krusty to go into hibernation after tomorrow. 2-2 misses high.
I know, where does he go?
Or I don't know if he goes, maybe he just goes to Tahiti or something, I don't know.
I bet it's that.
I bet he just,
Yeah, he just vacations for 10 months.
Yeah, goes somewhere warm, the Bahamas or something. 3-2. Ball 4, and that's going to load the bases again. For Cavanasaurus.
Next up, number 10, Cavana Suarez.
Here's the pitch. Soros takes a strike at the knees. The 0-1 misses low. A ball and a strike to count. Here's the pitch. And Soros takes a fastball low. Enyard at third, Forsyth at second, Lee at first. Crabs leading by 3, looking to break it open here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. The 1-1. 2-1, excuse me. Vince is outside, and it's 3-1, so nowhere to put Soros. And the count 3-1. Williams winds and deals in the dirt. And that's ball 4. Crabs lead 4-0.
Next up, number 4, Parker Rogers.
That brings Parker Rogers to the bat. Rogers is 1 for 3. So now Forsyth at third, Lee at second, Soros at first. And the pitch to Rogers. He takes a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. There's another strike on the outside corner, 0-2. And that was only about a foot outside.
Wow.
Apparently got somewhere to be.
Guess so.
The 0-2. Called strike 3, and that's it for Rogers.
Oh, no doubt about that one.
2 away. No, that was right down the middle.
Next up, number 2, Nolan Hamilton.
On the edge of the strike zone. And so Nolan Hamilton will be the batter. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch is low. The 1-0. Rides high, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Low and outside, 3-0. So Williams struggling to find home plate. He's hit a batter, walked two, and he's 3-0 now on Hamilton, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Barely caught the outside corner. 3-1. And the pitch is outside, and that's going to bring in another run. It's 5-0 Crabs. Forsyth in to score. Lead a third. Soros to second. Back to the top of the order. Here's Keenan Morris. He's 0 for 3. And Morris takes a pitch low. The 1-0. Lined into shallow left field. Over to get it is Peterson, and that ends the inning. But the Crabs get 2 more runs on 1 hit. There was an error and 3 left, and at the end of 8, they lead 5-0. Stay tuned. Last chance for the Peloteros coming up. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We're back. Plout, Peterson, and Castillo in the top of the 9th inning. Crabs leading 5-0. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Crabs. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Peloteros.
Folks, it's Aloha Day tomorrow.
On mustache night and 70s night. I see the mustache thing, but I haven't seen much 70s.
I played some 70s music.
But I haven't seen people like dressed up. Like haven't seen any bell bottoms or.
Played some 70s music before the band started. I think you got here.
Yeah. Or velour shirts. Velour
Yeah.
shirts were in the 70s. I remember I had a.
Why didn't you show up?
I had velour shirts. Those are super cool.
Something like that. There are plenty
They're
of.
all gone now.
Used clothing stores in Healdsburg. I bet you could have got some.
That's true. So here's Plout to lead it off for the Peloteros against Miles Oliver, out for his 4th inning of work. And Plout is 1 for 3 tonight. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1 now on Plout. One fastball at the knees for a called strike. 1-2. Well, I think we need to invite the Peloteros back next year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we still have tomorrow, but yeah, so far, they've been pretty good.
Now, Plout asks for time and gets it.
Well, apparently, they're the B team for the Lincoln Potters, and Lincoln Potters are a great organization. That
Yeah.
Does a really good job developing players, so I'm not too shocked.
The 1-2. Ooh, just missed high. 2-2. The 2-2. Lined into center field, right at Pappas, who takes a few steps back and makes the catch. One away. Crabs outfield has been moved around a little bit. Usually Pappas is in left. He's in center field tonight. And usually Morris is at third, but he's at short tonight.
Well, like you said, we had some players leave. I know Tyler Howard was one of them, Max Hippensteel, Davis guys.
Really? So here's Peterson, 0 for 2. And there's a fastball high.
I believe the reason was Houston Hirschkorn is getting married either today or tomorrow. He's also Davis. So I think they wanted to go
to the wedding.
Go to his wedding.
The 1-0 is popped in the air, shallow right field. Morris going out, and he'll make the catch behind the bag for out number 2. And the Peloteros are down to their last out. It'll be up to Castillo, the DH. He's 0 for 2.
Next up, number 37, Garrett Lewis.
And the pitch. Lewis swing. Oh, this is the pitch hitter for Castillo. This is Lewis. Garrett Lewis in for Castillo. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed on a fastball away, and he got him to chase it. 0-2. Oliver rocks, comes home, and that misses low. 1-2. Peloteros down to their last strike.
That pitch is in there, and the Crabs players in the dugout were halfway out on the field.
Halfway out. That was a strike, but called the ball low. 1-2. Oliver kicks and comes home. That's strike 3, and that ends the ball game as the Crabs take game 1. 5-0. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Crabs. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Peloteros. Lenhart gets the win, and Tyler Moore gets the loss. These two teams will meet again tomorrow, Liam. It'll be the last game of the season.
That's right. Let's do this one last time.
Do it one last time, and then call it good for 10 months. Till then, Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner. Thanks for listening. Go Crabs. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.